Welcome to the demonstration of the FusionFox ERP. The application that we'll be focusing on today is customer relationship management, and the query that we'll be addressing is customer information management. The objective of this video is to establish how comprehensive the FusionFox ERP solution is, how comprehensive the customer information management application is, and how the application is scalable to an enterprise level and capable of handling any kind of business processes. What you view here is all the applications that are available in our master data management suite. And without any further ado, let's get into the customer information management application. As you go into the customer management application, customer information management application, this is the first page that you view. It's a list of all the customers that you have with your customer's ID and your customer names, following information for the customer that you select over here. If you see over here, the UI is very relatable. It's a UI based on a browser. It's based on lists. It's a UI that's built on a machinery layout, which can adapt to any kind of tablet, phone, laptop, or screen size you use it on. Getting into the business process of the application, let's take an example of Danube Distribution Company. That's a sample company that we've selected over here. As you select this option, all the tables get populated with the information with regard to Danube Distribution Corporation. To begin with, over here you have customer master details, where you have your customer ID, you have your customer name, you have your sales currency in which you'll be dealing with this customer, the status of this customer, whether the customer is active or inactive. Only if active is ticked over here will the customer show when you try to generate a sales order against this customer. A profile type, whether this is a routine customer, this is a one-time customer, or this is an important customer. You have an entire list that you can choose from. You have business partner, whether this is a direct business partner, it's a distributor, it's a retailer. You can make that choice over here. And the further business processes of generating a sales order and tracking the customer follows on this basis. The sales manager for this customer, the email ID for this customer, the phone number, this customer's catalog. Catalog again is those items that this customer regularly purchases. That is, if you want to assign only a certain set of items to this particular customer, you can assign. Another attribute of this catalog is you can even define a prices for this customer. There you can define a price list, and according to that price list for this catalog, that particular price would be visible for this customer. A group or a parent company, maybe Danube is a parent company, that is why it is not there, this area is blank. But if it is a child company of another parent company, you can define it over here. From when is it active from, the billing address or the sales address of this customer. As we come below, you can add contracts that you have with this customer. Like for an example, with this customer, we have a retail support program contract, an SLA contract, a scope documentation contract, a bill of material that's approved. You can add any number of contracts to this customer and an entire list is generated over here. Following over here, you define controls for this customer, whether you allow credit policy for this customer. Mind you, all these are fields that have been really defined. If I press the edit button over here, it will allow me to change all these fields. Just as an example, I'll try to edit the control policies for this customer. Now, it allows you to edit individual fields. Now, if you look at it, a pop-up comes and it's got lively colors. It gives you a view of an application that is developed on Oracle ADF's technology. Now over here, as for this customer, we have defined credit policies as you can get credit days for 30 days. A 200,000 euro limit has been defined, beyond which you will not be able to generate credit for this customer. If a salesman or a sales manager is trying to give a sale for this customer, but the credit limit is gone above, it will not allow you to execute this sale. It'll escalate this, and automatic notification shall be sent that a sale is trying to be generated for this customer, but the credit limit has been exceeded. A credit check is required or it's not required. In this case, Danube is an older customer, that is why credit check is not required. A credit rating out of 5 that you can provide. It helps a sales manager when he's dealing with a lot of companies and trying to finalize whether to release a sales order or not. A credit status. Many a times a customer might be a good customer, but he might have withheld payment. So you want to stop any further sales orders or any further dealings with that customer till a payment is released. So you can put it on hold. Same being, it will not allow you to generate a sales order for this customer. Credit reviewed by. You have credit officers who make sure, who audit the application or audit the companies and make sure that you can give credit to these companies. Who will be responsible for collection from these companies? Who will reconcile this financial information? When was it reconciled on in the past? In your general ledger, what code will it refer to? The financial application of the FusionFox ERP is the strongest part of the application. It tracks every single transaction, every single sales order or purchase order, every payment received, every payment made, every entry in the journal voucher is taken care of. You have over here the client GL, the general ledger reference for the client. The payment terms that you have, you can define customized payment terms. In this case, we've defined 10% in advance, 50% on delivery, and 40% in 30 days. You can choose any of the options that you have defined earlier. In our case, we've defined these 3 sample options, but you have a choice of defining any number of options over here. Sales mode, whether you sell directly or whether you sell through a buy seller or is there a middleman in the middle. What kind of price list do you want to associate with this customer? This is where the part that I was talking about, catalog and price list. This is the part where you can define a particular base price list for this particular customer, that if you're dealing with this customer, then these items shall be sold on this particular price. You can issue a discount policy that certain sales managers, certain salespeople, when they release a sales order for this customer, they shall be allowed this percentage. So the management has absolute control without direct daily interference on every single order that is executed. A tax registration number can also be defined over here. Further, we go below, as we follow, we have, this is an absolute comprehensive solution. So you have to, it gives you that flexibility and functionality to capture all kinds of information. You can create your contacts over here. Now this application is mobile friendly. It's accessible through the mobile phone also. So if you're accessing this application through your mobile phone and you're viewing the mobile number of Victor Price and you want to call him, you just click on this link and it opens your phone application and you can call from that number. That's the advantage of having an application that is mobile friendly. Going further, you have site details over here. For that customer, you might have a headquarters, a retail, or a warehouse information. You can all assign it over here. Going below, you can assign notes over here. As an example, for Danube, Peter has uploaded a note, finance to be deducted by client, a max of €225,000. Then you have a support program transfer to Daniel Rauch and team, another note that has been uploaded. It basically gives you a complete track. As soon as you access this application, you have a complete track of what is happening with this customer, an absolute history of the customer. You can have communications that have happened between you and the customer. If bill of material 1, bill of material 2, and SLA signing, a scope identification document that you've had, maybe with the customer, you can all upload them over here. Over here, you can define bank detail. This is where the finance integrates with your customer. When a payment needs to be made to the customer, it can only be made to the bank accounts that are defined over here. Or if it's a cash payment, then it's a different thing. So as I've portrayed over here, the customer information management is yet again a comprehensive solution which takes care of all your business needs and absolute business processes. And with a UI as friendly as this, and a UI that can be opened on any application, on any device, on any browser, and is independent of your technology, and is a future-proof technology, the FusionFox ERP is an absolute tool. Thank you for watching this demonstration, and I hope you have a fantastic day.